From the Keep It In Your Pants files, let's talk about a man named Desmond Hatchett. Now, you might have heard of him in the news recently, especially if you live in the Knoxville area. But if not, here's a little background on him. He's a 33-year-old man living in the Knoxville, Tennessee area, and he is apparently quite a catch, apparently so much so that he has fathered 30 kids by 11 different women. This is not an exaggeration. He said 30. They range in age from toddlership to about 14. So he's currently in court petitioning for some sort of relief from making child support payments, primarily because the state is already taking half of his paycheck. Now, adding insult to injury, he makes only minimum wage. Some of the mothers are receiving checks for about $1.49 a month, and I'm not exaggerating there either. Now, he got sued in 2009 for, well, child support, back when he only had 21 kids, by the 11 women whose children he fathered. And a lot of them were complaining they weren't getting anything. Now, in the past 3 years, he's had 9 more kids. Now, back then, he also said he was done making kids. You can see how well that turned out. Now, a minimum wage job is not going to cut it. Anybody who has 1 kid knows that. And now this guy's talking about, I need relief. What you need relief from is, well, you need to stop going on dates, apparently. Maybe then you could afford some of your kids. I mean, how many of them are you actually taking care of? So, I mean, I myself can barely make ends meet, and I make more than minimum wage, and I have 0 kids. And the reason for that is, well, quite frankly, condoms are cheaper than child support. And I'll add also, for the most part, that the women that I hang out with are considerably more intelligent. They don't just spread their legs for everybody, especially somebody with 29 other kids. So, and yeah, I did just take a dig at the mothers, because you got 11 women who at some point in time all hung out with this man. They were all under him at some point, and now they all want a bigger piece of the pie. Yeah, they're still talking about, yeah, I need more money to raise my kids. Well, just another piece of food for thought. You notice how between 2009 and 2012, all the articles that talk about Desmond Hatchett mention that there are still only 11 babies mamas. So the number of women didn't increase, just the number of kids. So this means the same women are still giving him kids. And before you say, okay, well, maybe just one woman is, maybe just the last woman is giving him kids, keep in mind, last 3 years he had 9 kids. He even mentions in his interviews that part of the reason he's having a problem is that he has had 4 kids in 1 year twice. I don't know a single woman who can do 8 kids in 2 years, unless you're talking Octomom. And even then, she took her time. So, I mean, it means there are 2 separate years where he metaphorically hit a genetic grand slam home run, and he's complaining about not being able to pay his bills. Well, my opinion is he should focus more on birth control and finding a better way to spend his time and money. And these women need to focus on, finding better men if they're going to live in Knoxville. This one here, this Desmond Hatchett guy, you see, he's used up. He's used up in more ways than one. You all need to leave him alone. So then you wouldn't have this problem. And I'm going to also say this for any other woman out there who's dealing with a deadbeat dad. If you're still messing with him, it's your fault. Stop. Close the store. Stop spitting out more kids. That's all I got to say on that.